We got a little four-wheeler that's burning some oil. And I'm pretty sure that what's going on is it's burning oil. And usually one of two things: valve seals, piston rings. I don't really know what's going on with this one, so we'll pull it apart, take a look. Step one, take all that stuff off. Plastic, fuel tank, seat, floor pans, foot pans. Yep. So what we got to do, we have to get into here. I'm going to pull that valve cover off. I'm going to take his valve cover off. Wish you weren't so awkward, bud. Okay, so here's something I do when I take an engine apart, or at least take the top end apart. I don't know if it's strictly necessary or not, but I do it anyways. I like to make sure it's on top dead center. So what top dead center is it's when the piston comes all the way up and it's essentially in a neutral space. There's a little notch on the flywheel here that corresponds with a little notch right here. Another way you can tell is if you look at the cam. If your lobes are both kind of pointing away from your rockers, right? And normally what will happen when you have, if your engine has actually been maintained, your valves will be loose on both sides. So this engine has incredibly tight valves. There's zero clearance here. I'm sure the valves are hanging open a little bit. Top dead center here, check it there. And what we're gonna do, I guess, is the next step is gonna be to pull these nuts off. We're going to take out the cam chain tensioner, or the timing chain tensioner. It's the same thing. So we can pull that chain off, tie it up so it doesn't fall down inside of the engine. If nothing else, I mean, it should be probably inspected. This thing's 20 years old now, I guess, at this point, so we should probably do that. Also, look at this spark plug. Look at the goop inside of that thing. Can you see it? Probably can't, but literally that electrode is so covered in oil goop, because oil doesn't burn very well. Like, if your engine just burns oil and smokes and you're like, oh, it's fine, it's probably not fine. But anyways, let's take this thing apart. What's the worst that could happen? So this is fun. Usually you can service these with the engine in the frame, which is handy. So you don't have to take all of this out to get that out. Be pretty cool, wouldn't it? But this is what I would call an engineering oversight. If you can see that or not. The head is loose. See that? Loose. Oh no. Hits the frame rail here, and I think if I loosen the engine and pulled it this way, it would hit the frame rail here. So that needs to come off. That exhaust is stuck, so I need to try to get that apart. Loosen up, I think, 2 bolts there, 1 bolt here in the front. Get a hernia. On a positive note, the engine will be on the bench, and they're way easier to rebuild on the bench because you can see stuff. It just sucks getting them to the bench. Here we go. another update. Usually, what a manufacturer will do if they're cool is make it so if you have to take the engine out, which most of them you don't have to work on just this little part. But if you do have to take the engine out, they make it so that you can just take the engine out. Take off all of the stuff I've already got off. A few bolts, engine comes out. Not Polaris. Technically, I think this is made by Aeon. That's what it says all over the engine. But Polaris puts the stamp on it, and that makes it more fun to work on. You gotta take the whole swing arm off. You have to take the swing arm off, according to the service manual, because, I'm guessing, that drive shaft right there, yeah, you probably can't see, there's a U-joint right here, drive shaft. It is spring-loaded a little bit, but there's not enough spring-loaded in there to push that drive shaft back far enough to separate it from this. And the way that these engine mounts, they're like a little rubber mount thing, the way that those go in there, you can't slide the engine forward to separate it. I tried to pull this out, doesn't work, and even if you could, the other one over there, there's no forward play, and you can't lift the engine up far enough. So according to the service manual, this has to go that way. Okay, so we've determined that the swing arm has to come off. Step 1, find the right wrench. That's not it. T60. T60. T60 is the closest thing. Side project? Still on the collet. Oh yeah, that'll work. $17mm socket, thingamajig we just made. Let's see if it works. Oh yeah. So if I cut this, I can just use a socket to back out that nut. Okay, back at it. So we made some progress. The battery and the camera died, so you didn't see any of that progress, but here we go. Oh, a great big hole where the motor was, engine, power plant, whatever. That little part that I made worked all right. Where'd that go? Hold the camera out here because it won't focus. So this is that's the nut. It goes in here, screws in, whatever. That's a little part that I made on the mill / lathe. It's not perfect, it doesn't matter, it worked awesome. So anywho, get that done. Here's the engine on the bench. This stuff was already taken apart that you saw in the time lapse. And I think that's our problem right there. This engine was making quite a bit of noise and burning oil. And I don't know if you can see how terrible that piston looks. You can see how nice and shiny that side of the piston is. And then you see whatever that is there. So definitely piston is smoked. Rings probably are also smoked. Hopefully that's the source of our noise. I'm pretty sure it was because it made a lot of knocking when I took it apart. Cylinder seems okay. I'll probably run a ball hone through it just to kind of, well, okay, cylinder's kind of almost okay. We'll see. We'll get into that, I guess. I'll do some research to see what I can find as far as a new cylinder, new piston, or getting that rehoned. I mean, it's probably 6 of one, half dozen of the other at this point. take this off. Now look at the clutch, the variator and the actual driven clutch. See what that looks like. Make sure that's all good. Maybe replace the belt. This is the best time to do it. So, for now, time to order some parts. See what we can do. We'll get a video putting it back together.